Okay, this problem says, what is the total area of the regions, which implies there's more than one, between the curves y equals 6x squared minus 18x and y equals negative 6x from x equals 1 to x equals 3. Okay, so a couple of things. This is non-calculator, so we're going to have to do kind of a lot of things by hand, including kind of sketching the region here, right? So maybe we're going to do a couple things. First, we want to sketch essentially what this parabola looks like roughly. And then we need to know where these graphs intersect, because if they intersect, right, that's going to cause a changeover. That's going to cause a changeover in terms of like the regions that we see. But let's find first, let's just analyze y equals 6x squared minus 18x. See what we're looking at. It's a parabola that opens up. If I factor out a 6x, so now I know that the x-intercepts are 0, 0, and 3, 0. And now let's find where they intersect, where those two graphs intersect. So they intersect when they are equal. Add 6x squared, 6x to both sides. I get that, and if I factor out a 6x. Okay, so they intersect at when x equals 0, and then also at x equals 2. It's actually not so important, the y value. So, all right, so let's sketch this now. So I've got my parabola, 1, 2, 3, we'll say. And then my parabola up here in orange, that's got an x-intercept of 0, 0, and 3, 0. It's a parabola that opens up, so it's going to look something like this. Okay, and we'll do, what does negative 6x look like? It's just a slope, a line with a slope of negative 6 going through the origin, and it's going to have to intersect this graph at 2, so let's make that happen. So I'm going to grab, all right, so this is y equals negative 6x. Actually, I'm going to move that a little bit. Draw it over here. And all right, this is my 6x squared minus 18x. Okay, so all that work is just kind of to see what we're looking at. Now we got to start doing the calculus part. So the regions they're referring to, well, so there's two of them. Okay, so there's this one. This is the obvious one, right? Actually, I jumped the gun a little bit. Let's look at the directions carefully because I'm shaded all that, but actually we only want to integrate, I think, from 1 to 3. So let's make that clear. So from here, so we want this. So then there's a changeover, right? But these are the area, this area is all trapped between the two curves on the interval 1 to 3. And so we do this integral, or we compute these integrals. So there are two sections, we'll call this A and this B to find, and then we'll just add them. So A is equal to the integral from 1 to 2. And now we have to do top minus bottom, right? The top function is negative 6x in this case, minus the bottom function, which is 6x squared minus 18x. Okay, we're going to have to do some fundamental theorem stuff here. First, let's clean up. This is it's 12x, so it's negative 6x squared plus 12x. Okay, let's keep going. So then now we'll just use the fundamental. You can factor out a negative 6 if you want to put it outside. Why don't we just go right to it? So by the fundamental theorem, that's x cubed. This would have to be a negative 2. And then this would be 6x squared. If evaluated from 1 to 2. Okay, so now I get negative 2 times 2. Let's try to do something along the way. 2 cubed is 8, plus 6 times 2 squared is 4. And then from there, I'm minusing off, when I plug in 1, I get negative 2 plus 6. So this is negative 16 plus 24 is 8. And then this is 8 minus 4, so that's 4. Okay, so that was just area A, that's 4. And now we'll do B. Now B is the integral from 2 to 3. And integral from 2 to 3, top is 6x squared minus 18x, and bottom is negative 6x. So the top and the bottom switch. So we get minus the bottom, which is negative 6x. Okay, and this becomes, so these, that makes a positive 6x. So this becomes 6x squared, and then all this together is negative 12x. Okay, by the fundamental theorem, this is x cubed, and this is 6x squared. Plugging in 3, we get 2 times 9 minus 6 times, 2 times 27 minus 6 times 9. And then we plug in 2, so that's 2 times 8 minus 6 times 4. So this is 54 minus 54. And then that's going to be 0, and this is minus 16 minus 24 is negative 8. So in the end, all this becomes is plus 8. So B is 8. So that area is 8. So we get an answer of 12, which is answer choice B. So that was kind of a beast of a problem. I don't think, it's probably unlikely to come across one like this because it's hard to pull off in 3 minutes. But it's a good exercise anyway. I mean, it covers a lot of things, but it would be hard to do this, I think, in 3 minutes without making a mistake. So, but anyway, just take that for what it is.